Actually.
All right, I think we are live. Do you want to refresh that page and find the live link? I believe we are here in our living room in Bakersfield, California. And we've got Dr. Hall with us today since it's National Doctor Day. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, I believe we are. If you refresh the page and you go down, you should be able to find it after the article. There it is. We're sitting right there, and we are indeed live.
That's weird.
That is weird. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
It's not a show.
My
It's
first
just
appearance.
it's just story time. But thanks for being here today. Do you want
my
to
pleasure.
give a little background on your life as a physician? Where you went to school? I know you're a big Duke fan. Give us a little update on that.
Sure. I graduated from Duke University and then went to the East Carolina School of Medicine, East Carolina University School of Medicine in Greenville, North Carolina. Traveled out to Long Beach, California for residency, and then afterwards came up here to Bakersfield, California to begin my career with Kaiser Permanente, where I've been now. This is my 17th year here with Kaiser Permanente in Bakersfield.
Cool. Excellent. Well, since we have you here before we start our little story time, I was thinking maybe you could give any of the kids watching some tips about how they could stay safe. I know there's a lot of fear out there about the coronavirus and no one wants to catch COVID-19. How can kids and their families stay safe right now?
I think the most important thing to help you stay safe is definitely to keep your hands clean. That may mean you have to wash your hands more frequently and many more times during the day than you normally would. But if your parents ask you to wash your hands or to use the hand sanitizer gel or to use a wipe, it's really important that you do it. Because the cleaner your hands, the less likely you'll have germs on your hands, which could cause the infection, or even pass that to someone else. So please keep your hands clean, and if you do that, your chances of getting sick will be a lot lower.
And when you wash your hands, can we just count to 10? Is that good enough? Just wash your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're all good?
Well, the recommendation is at least 20 seconds, and that they've counted it out, and that is like singing happy birthday twice. So if as you're washing your hands with nice soap and water, if you sing to yourself happy birthday twice, then you've probably washed your hands very well.
Okay. Thanks for all the people joining us right now. Hi, Farah. Hi, Ravinder. We've got Joe, Dimna, Tita Dimna, Shannon, Ben's Madre Tamra, and Mama Bonnie. So happy to see you all. We love you guys. And then one more thing is I think a lot of people are confused by social distancing. A lot of people think, okay, well, that means stay home, but if I can have small groups of people come over, or I can go to a friend's house for a play date, that's perfectly acceptable. Is that true?
My recommendation would be no. At this time, it's just so important to really minimize the number of people that you come in contact with, because the more people you come in contact with, the higher the chance you might come across someone who actually is sick with COVID-19 or coronavirus. So if you can stay home, I know it's hard because you won't see your family or your friends and people that you really miss. But if you can stay home, maybe FaceTime or do it over the phone, staying home is the very best thing you could do right now. And having people over into your home is just increasing the potential that you might come across someone who is actually sick. And not everyone who is sick actually has symptoms, and that's the hardest thing about this infection. A lot of people can actually have the infection and for a while not have any symptoms before it presents. And you simply can't tell who is and who isn't infected at this point. So the very best thing you can do is simply to stay safe and to stay home.
How about one quick hug to Grandma or Grandpa? Is that okay?
I would still say no. Grandma and Grandpa probably are a little bit older than you, and their immune system or their ability to fight off infection may not be as strong as yours. So So even a simple hug or a kiss on the cheek increases their chance of getting sick too. And I know how much you probably miss the hugs from Grandma and Grandpa. But right now, while we're still dealing with this epidemic or pandemic, it's so important to help keep people who are at very high risk safe at home.
And one thing you mentioned last night that we're hoping to do later today is to post a picture of our loved ones and then hashtag stay home for them. I stay home for them. And so we're going to probably post a picture of our parents, you know, Ben's parents, my parents. Us staying home is something very easy. Watch movies, you know, bond as a family. And then we could save lives that way. I mean, there's really no easier way to be a hero right now.
Right, absolutely. I mean, there will be no other time in your life when you can actually save someone else's life by simply sitting at home doing nothing. And this is an unusual time. One I hope will pass quickly and will never come again. But at this point, it's just so important that we stay home and stay safe.
Yeah, and what have you guys been doing staying home? Did you know that you guys are heroes by staying home? What have you been doing, Ben, on the computer?
Playing Roblox with my cousin Ocean.
Yeah, Ocean in Texas and you here in California. You guys are staying home and saving lives. How about you, Ash?
I also play with them sometimes.
So we've got a lot of video games going on when they're not doing homework. And then one thing that Mr. Robert Oropeza suggested is to stay home and watch the Ha family do crazy things. So yes, you are also a hero, Robert. And I just want to say thank you to all the frontliners, all the medical professionals out there. Thank you. Happy National Doctor's Day to you. Happy National Doctor Day.
Well, thanks. That's really nice. But we also have to thank all the other people out there who are still working, the people in the grocery stores, the guys driving the trash trucks. And there's so many people out there who are helping to keep our city up and running. And we can help them by staying home and keeping them safe.
Yep. And Ben's Madre, also known as Tamara, she says, if we have a family member that is in the medical field or an essential service, what can we do to minimize our exposure with them having to come home and then go from the household to and fro? How can we protect ourselves?
I think someone who's in the medical field obviously will have a higher risk of being exposed at some point in the future. I think even for myself now, when I get home, the very first thing I do is to go straight to the shower, even before saying hi to Nina and the kids. Just doing everything I can to be clean, to try to get any dirt or grime off from the day. And I think as we move forward, as the number of cases go up, and the risk of exposure goes up even more, I mean, that may mean changing in the garage before coming in the house, leaving my shoes outside, just really trying to minimize bringing into the house anything that could potentially be infected or be carrying COVID-19 to reduce the risk of transmitting it to others. I mean, that would also include if you were to go out, let's say to the grocery store, and you're out there for a while and you're coming in contact with a lot of people, a lot of surfaces, you may want to consider actually changing clothes, showering when you get home, just doing anything you can, because you simply don't know where this virus is sitting and where you might pick it up. So the better we can be at keeping our hands clean, reducing transmission to others, definitely staying away from others if we're feeling sick. If you have a fever, a cough, a runny nose, anything like that, it's important to keep your distance from others, and that will help hopefully reduce the risk of transmission. Did she pause it?
Yes. Our
She
dog
stepped on the
is
keyboard.
obsessed
Okay.
with seeing herself on a live
You move your
story
palm.
time, and so yeah, that could be a problem. So if you see any weird messages from us, it's probably Hammy typing that out there. If anyone else has a question for Dr. Ha throughout the story time, let us know. We'll try to have him answer it while we have him here. Hi Aaron, hi Carol, hey Adam, good to see you guys. And just wanted to let you know that for us, it is stay at home day number 17. That is not a coronavirus post-it note, it's a lettuce. It's a lettuce post-it note that my brother gave to me. So for us, day number 17. We'd love to know what day it is for you.
Oh my gosh.
It's that on the book. Okay, and then of course it's our virtual story time. Superha's 4 to 7, Monday through Friday. Join us anytime. Just wanted to talk about today's books, what we've got. Thanks. Hi back, Carol. So tomorrow we're going to read a fun book called A Fish Out of Water. It's really great. I love reading this to the kids and seeing their expressions and doing really, really silly voices. So that'll be tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, Ashley's going to read Pinkalicious. So that'll be fun. And Wide Mouth Frog on Thursday with this guy. Yep, it's really good. And then we've got Burger Boy from Dr. Ha on Friday. So we were going to read a different book, but since he'll be joining us on Friday, we're going to switch it up and do Burger Boy. So that is a classic in our family. So why don't we get started? We're going to do a father-son book. It's If Roast Beef Could Fly by Jay Leno. Last year, Ben and his buddy Manas did a really great oral language on it. So today, we're going to have them read it to you. And then after story time today, I'm going to cut Ben's hair. As you can see, it's a little Monchichi-like right now. Just really overgrown. Can you read the book, Benny? You think? Can you see it? Okay.
Yes, I can see it.
All right. So anyway, there's that. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in a bit. Enjoy the book. All right, let's go. I'm going to be videographer now.
All right.
Wait. Oh. Okay.
Hammy, you can go look at yourself if you want.
Just a little note here. This book was autographed by Jay Leno himself. Nina drove down to meet him as he was doing a book signing, and he actually signed it for future baby. This was for
Ashley.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
darn
for
it,
Ashley. So this predates Ashley.
It predates Ben, definitely.
So, if roast beef could fly.
When my dad decides to make something, he always calls it a project. Fixing the car is a project. Cleaning the gutters is a project.
Let's see the photo.
I'm ready for my next project. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm ready for my next project.
He tells me one spring day. This means he has finished the winter car project, even though there's a lot left to do on it.
Okay. Here's Dad working on the car.
We cut from
And
this
there's
side.
baby Jay Leno right there.
Yeah.
It's
Does he have a
adorable.
chin? He has
And
a
that's
chin.
Bruce the dog down there.
And that's Hammy the dog.
And that is Hammy the dog. Oh, and that's my Lois and Clark
All right.
poster. Signed by Dean Cain, by the way. Says, to the Ha family, you guys are super. Love you. Dean Cain, Nina, you make a great Lois. Total sidebar. Sorry, had to go there.
All right.
Okay, back to the book.
The great things about working with my dad is he loves taking things apart. He just doesn't get around to putting them back together.
Slam.
Ouch.
This summer, we're going to have ourselves the greatest barbecue ever, Dad announces. Whoops. No more charcoal, no more lighter fluid. We're going to build a patio deck and get us a rotisserie.
I smile. I have no idea what a rotisserie is, but Dad sure is excited.
Come on, son, grab Bruce. Let's go to the Hardware Supermax store.
Did you get that?
Get that. Boom.
The little hardware store in town was never good enough for the projects Dad wanted to do. No, we had to drive 60 miles to a giant superstore because everything my dad and his side of the family did was big. Even dinner. My dad's side of the family is Italian. Every Sunday we have 400 pounds of meatballs, half a ton of spaghetti, a pool worth of sauce. Okay, maybe I exaggerate, but compared to my mom's side of the family, my dad's side is extravagant. My mom's side of the family is Scottish and thrifty. They like to save everything. When I visit my mom's sister, Aunt Nettie, she makes me her idea of a great snack. It's a can of warm soda and a dry biscuit called a scone. She keeps the soda in the cupboard because in her mind, to refrigerate even one can would somehow quadruple the cost of electricity. When she opens the can for me, there's always a long wheezing sss. I say to myself, flat warm cola.
So there's that comparison of this meal versus that meal. Two different sides of the family.
Hammy, what the?
For my dad, everything has to be the biggest and the best. That's why when we got to the store, Dad starts giving orders to everybody.
Okay, we need 500 bricks, 200 pounds of cement. Son, you tell the clerk about the rotisserie equipment. We want the big... Oh, use your turn.
We want the biggest, most expensive rotisserie ever made, I say to the clerk. I still don't know exactly what a rotisserie is, but I knew I wanted the best, just like Dad.
Oh, let's see the picture.
Wait.
It's
This is
this
the hardware
one.
store?
That's the hardware store. Get that. What does that say there? Spitz Pro Series 250 rotisserie.
Look.
Oh, looks like Hammy left a comment. Hi, Superha family. This is Hammy. Really? Did Hammy write that, Ash? I don't know. I highly doubt that. And look at that.
Can she not watch
Everything
this
they
one?
want
Huh? She's
is
not even in the video.
huge and the biggest and the best.
She's still looking.
Hi, Monica. Thanks for watching.
So you...
Dad and I couldn't fit everything we bought into the card for the ride home, but the hardware Supermax guys said they would give us a free delivery. In fact, they said they would follow us home. Dad is very proud that we have everything we need for the project. Unfortunately, when Dad does a project, he always winds up making more work for everyone else, especially Mom.
So they're driving home with all this stuff.
Wow, that's a lot.
When we drive up, Mom and Aunt Nettie shake their heads in unison. Oh, the waste, they sigh. The waste! The delivery crew finally unloads everything. Bruce tries to help by barking at the truck's tires. This is what it must have been like to watch the building of the pyramids of Egypt. I hope our patio won't take 500 years. Pretty soon, the whole neighborhood gathers in our backyard. Experts are consulted. Is that consulted? Yes, it is consulted. In my neighborhood, everyone is an expert. I'm sure the patio will take twice as long to build if Dad listens to everybody's advice.
You want me to read this
No.
one? I'll read this first. Weeks later, when we are just about finished with the patio, except for the lights, the storm drained the fence, and the steps to the backyard. We do, however, have a really neat dirt path. I realize the summer is almost over, and we haven't had our first barbecue yet. Don't worry, son, says Dad. We're going to have the best end of summer barbecue ever. Mom and Aunt Nettie deliver the invitations by hand. No need to waste envelopes and stamps. At last, the night of the big party arrives. In my mom's eyes, if there's anything worse than wasting money, it is showing off, which is something my dad and I love to do.
What better way to show off than by making a grand entrance into the party? Ta-da! Unfortunately, I do not realize the banister is so steep I begin to pick up speed at a tremendous rate. Poof! It's a good thing we bought too much cement.
I'll read this. Dad is in too good a mood to let my little stunt bother him. He helps me up and smiles. Look, there are Aunt Nettie and Mom bringing out the biggest roast beef I've ever seen. Bruce is jumping up and down in his way, just like a rag doll on a trampoline.
The neighbors fall silent. Dad flicks the switch on the rotisserie. So that's how it works. In less than a heartbeat, the roast beef begins to turn on the spit. Ooh. Ah. Everybody watches the meat roasting. Dad goes inside to help Mom serve the several different tons of food brought by Dad's family. I'm all alone with the roast beef. Boy, does it smell good.
For me, this spinning roast beef is an amazing spectacle. Juice is dripping, fat is sizzling, the spit is making little metallic ee noises as it turns. I can't take my eyes off of it. I'm dying to taste the roast beef, but how can I do it without anyone knowing?
Can Benny do his noises?
What are his noises?
Well, I can't do it.
Is that a rotisserie or is that a dolphin?
It's both.
All right, your turn.
Then I get an idea. I reach deep into my pocket and I pull out my secret weapon. It is just long enough to reach the top of the meat in the rotisserie.
I stick it into the turning roast beef and get a little bit. Delicious. I look around the patio. Everybody else is inside waiting for Dad to tell them the meat is ready. I do it over and over again. Instant roast beef.
Then the worst thing happens. My secret weapons get stuck in the string that Mom has tied around the roast beef to keep it on the spit. I can't pull it loose. The roast beef keeps turning. I have to let go of the weapon. It's slowly melting into the roast beef. I don't know what to do.
That was bad. Suddenly, Dad decides it's time to bring the roast beef inside. The backyard is dark. Everybody is hungry, even Aunt Nettie. We all sit down to watch Dad carve. Oh boy, he shouts. A new patio, a new rotisserie, a beautiful day. Dad starts to slice the roast beef.
Oh, you get the photos there?
Oh, sorry. Everybody's at the table, and Dad's at the front carving up the roast beef.
The comb.
I wonder what's going to happen next.
Look at that. And then if you look closely, look at the dog. He looks so worried.
Just like our dog.
I am. Okay.
Ah.
Here.
Hack, 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 hack.
Oh no.
He can't cut the meat. The dining room is silent except for the sound of the knife. It sounds like Dad is sawing wood, but I know it isn't wood, it's
Plastic! Dad shouts.
a big chunk of my comb falls on the plate and goes clank. Underneath it is all pink. Dad starts breathing hard like he's about to explode. What the heck is this?
He bellows. Very quietly I whisper, it's my secret weapon. What's your secret weapon? He roars.
It's my comb, I say.
Your comb?
Dad picks up the roast beef like a football and throws it out the window. Everybody is just standing there, mouths open, stunned, or maybe just hungry.
Look! I'll let you read it.
Shouts as Nettie as the roast beef shit sails through the air. What?
Okay.
Out of nowhere, as if in slow motion, as graceful as LeBron James, going up for a rebound, Bruce leaps across the sky and catches the roast beef, gently cradling it in his jaws before gliding back to earth.
For some reason, Dad is smiling.
That dog never caught anything in his life, he says, undefeated. Everybody, listen. Inside the house, we have more than 400 pounds of coleslaw, 8 tons of macaroni, and all the salad you can eat.
As everybody finishes the main course of potato salad, Dad gets that old project gleam in his eyes. He's looking at the rest of the backyard.
I have our next project, son, he says. We have all this cement left over. What do you think about a swimming pool?
I see Bruce starting to dig the hole already.
Look at that father-son project.
Kiss the chef.
Okay, there's Bruce.
Is that it?
That's cute.
Last page.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
If roast beef could fly. Jay Leno. Thanks for listening.
All right. Thank you for joining us for story time with Dr. Ha and Mini Ha. Actually, he's not Mini Ha anymore because my son is actually taller than me now, so that is insane. But
Keep it on there, Hammy. I'll see you.
so I hope you'll join us tomorrow. We've got story time again at 4 o'clock every Monday through Friday. So I don't have the books in front of me, but we've got a cute book called Fish Out of Water tomorrow. And yeah. Oh, by the way, on Thursday, Captain America will be reading another book. So thank you for doing that. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Winnie.
I can't get up. Heavy's sitting.
And let's see. Hi, Maria. Hey, Beatrice. Okay, so I think that's about it. That wraps it up for today. Thanks again. Happy National Doctor's Day. Take care. God bless. Anything else, guys? I think we need a haircut.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Take
Stay
care.
home, stay safe, everyone.
You too, Hammy.